Okay, can you all hear me now? Good morning.
Yeah,
Hello.
good morning.
Finally. Okay. Good morning. I'm trying to. Okay. I'm so sorry I came late. Good morning, everyone. How was the night? Hope you have a wonderful night. So, I'm so sorry for coming late. Let's just get started. Hope you're ready for today. So today we are going to continue from where Damiela stopped. So, uh, she stopped at ranging this stage when it comes to input speed. But today we'll be like discussing about um, conditional statements and also what's it called? How to use render elements from an array and also from an object. So we're gonna see how we can also do dynamic styling and also dynamic content rendering on React. It's so easy to implement, and if you actually focus well, you understand how it works perfectly. Okay, I'm going to share my slides so that you can see my screen also. Just give me something. Let me share my slide. Uh, okay, okay, come on, man. Okay, I hope you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Good. Thank you so much. I'm audible also as well, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good. So today we like be discussing on how we can render links from an array and also conditional content in React. For those of you that don't know me, I am Chuck only. I am a full stack developer, and you can also call me through project. That's my code name. And I I worked with few startups and a student for petroleum training institute as well. So I'll be giving all through today about ranging links and conditional statements in React. And first, we need to go. Let's say what we're doing today. Oh, this is a mistake. Don't look this one a mistake or in a hurry. So the first we'll be touching on rendering lists in an array and also conditional content and also dynamic styling. Don't look number five. That was a mistake. I thought I deleted it. It was totally a mistake. Uh, so let's get started and get ready. So today will be like practical, like you're gonna like code and also jot down things. So hope you have your notes with you, and also if you have the laptop with you, it will be cool up, and you will be able to understand what I'm going to explain today. So the first point we're going to do today is ranging list in React. What does that mean actually, and how does that work? Ranging list in React is a common task when building a dynamic UI. There are few ways to render lists in React, but one of the most common ways is to use the map function to loop through an array of data and return a list of React elements. Map function is from JavaScript. If you are familiar with JavaScript, you will know what it's called map. They have for each, they have for each map, filter, a lot of functions that enables you to integrate your array. But The most common use in React when it comes to mapping of data, like mapping to break an array into pieces. I'll call it to break an array into pieces to get the value into an array is using map in React.js. And that is what we're going to discuss today on how to use map in React.js. But if you want to like know more about uh, functions in an array or rendering list in JavaScript, you can go to JavaScript documentation and you see more ways to do that. So let's go straight to the example here. I know some of you will be familiar with this syntax here because Camila has talked to you guys how this syntax work and how you can be able to do some shading stuff with it. So this is actually a function on React.js, or you can say in JavaScript called my list. And I have an array here that's passing items, like 3 items. And what I want these items to do, I want to actually get these items inside item 1, item 2, and item 3 to the UI interface. What can I do is that I'm going to actually map it like pieces the array to get each of the items from that array. And for me to do that, I'm going to use this map function. And the way this map function works is like items, then you put your dot map because uh items is like an object. You can say in JavaScript or programming language, we all know that array is also like an object. So you can like dot map or dot for each and blah blah blah. So to structure this array, you use items as map. And when you use the map, you create a new argument, like new properties inside the function, like the callback function called item. And this item here is the new item that is being created, which is the item that inside this array, each of the items inside this array. And if you render this item inside this array, you're going to get each of them like item 1, item 2, and item 3. I know some of us will be confused right now, but we're going to show you how to do that on your code. So just get ready for that. And before I go to the next part, let me show you how this particular stuff works. I actually created the list item here. Let me break down the list item for you in the next part. Okay. In this example, we're using the index of each item in the array as the key prop. As the key prop, what is the key prop actually? In React or in JavaScript, to actually specify each a particular element when you're the structure, or we have to be able to know which element each data is passed to each element. You have to specify a key element. And this key element has an index format. It's called index properties. And this index property is the number. Like it's very smart to know like hey, the first element is going to give the index. First index will be 0. The first element is going to be 0. The second element key is going to be 1. The third element key is going to be like 2. Before let's think about. We have item 1, item 2, and item 3. So let's say this 3 items is being rendered to the UI, and the first item we have an ID. Let's call it an ID of 1. Item 2 we have an ID of 2. Item 3 we have ID of 3. So it's easier for you to know which of the item you are trying to call by using the ID. So that is why we have to use this key functionality to create, like, to specify each of the elements that we can render from the map or array. Okay, so it helps you to identify each element of an array that is being rendered. That will be easier for you to call, and it will be easier for React to understand that particular element very well. Sometimes if you actually write it, you start putting your key index, in your console in your browser, React will make a noise like it's going to show an error on the console and tell you that you forget to pass in your key value to your element because it's not able to understand which element is the first element, which element is the second element because it's been passing the key to it. So it's very important to pass in the key to your element when you map through it. Okay. Now let's just go straight to the example before I go to the next one. I'm going to open my VS Code, and if you have a VS Code on your system or any text editor, you can use it. But I'm using VS Code. So, oh, okay. Let me swap to my code base. Okay. Don't look at all this many stuff here. I'm just going to use one part of it. I don't want to do create a path again. Yes, yes. Okay. So, okay. Just a minute, let me create something. What would you try? Yeah, yes, okay. So, if you are like, this is how you can be able to create a function with oh, my system is getting so slow. So I'm gonna return a value, return whatever JavaScript format I'm going to use here. Let's say use laptop is so slow. Okay, my okay. Uh, so I'm going straight to my browser because I've already started this. If you're using the app to do that, you just have to like npm start. Okay, npm run start or start. Okay, you're going to like start the application. But if you are using yarn, you can do yarn start to start the application. So whatever you're using, you know how to like start the application. If you find it difficult to start, just like put a comment on the comment section on the missed call. Okay, let's say this in a space. Let me go to my browser. Oh, sorry. Yeah, jump to. Just a minute. so it's not going to get the system is getting so stressed. Okay. Okay. If you have any question on this part, you can put your comments on the section. So that, okay, now you can see my list there, and this from let me just use JavaScript. Oh, this guy. Just a minute, guys. Don't don't mind my system. Okay, now if you have done that, uh, I mean, hope you guys have done that. If you have your system with you, in the comment section. Okay, no one. Okay, and okay, my voice is breaking. I'm so sorry. Hope my voice is nice. Okay, now, right? It's like I'm having a bad network. Jeez. Can you hear me now? Is my voice keep breaking? No, no, it's not. Actually, wow. Okay, okay. You just manage, not there. I'll try my best to make it okay. Okay, guys. Let's go now. Oh, okay. You know what? Thinking. Oh, this is- come on. This is awkward. Can you go to the previous slide? So, you know what, guys? Um, my system is having this kind of issue that it's, there's a lot of things like open on my laptop, things getting slower and slower. Mm. And it's, okay, coming back now, now. So, this guy, I'm having issue with my system, so they just say with me, system just frustrating me. So, let me go to my local host. Let's say if everything's okay, okay, everything's still intact. So now I'm going to my code base to make sure I do something. Now, remember back to this stuff, you can see very well, we create a function called my list, and then passing an items of array that pass three items, and let's do that. Let's just do that straight. Okay. Oh, dear God. the function my list. Okay. Oh, okay. Now we have to return the function, then pass me your b. Okay. Now once passing your b, let's say my list here. Let's say my list the component. Let me take this thing to the bottom. So my list is actually a component here. So we're gonna pass in my list here. I know the Jamila has taught you guys about components, so you know what I'm trying to say. So just have passing components. Yeah. So can you guys are you guys following right? I don't know if you guys are following. No, sorry, it's not CSS, it's JSX. Don't mind, no, just follow that particular file called JSX. It's not CSS. Um, I'm just using the project. I can't install a new project because my system is very, very slow to install a new project. So I'm just using a project I have on board to do that. So forget about CSS, the JSX, JavaScript. Okay, let me go back to my code. Let's see that. Then it'll be like, wow. So with that in mind, let's take our stuff. Now it's working now. My list is actually rendered there and it's working very well. The first thing we need to do now is to create our array. Let's say our array is coins list. Let's just follow this stuff. Let me try this important. Okay, because items, not list. Created an array. We have a string of item one, item two, then we have item three. Okay, now having this array, we can't just put items there. It's impossible. Let's say items there. Not nice. Oh, sorry, items there. It's not actually nice because this is total an array. You can't render a complete array into a gem set. So you have to break it down into pieces and render each of the items to the UI. Now, for we to do that, remember we use items of map. So we're going to create another constant variable that is going to have this item. And what this item is doing is to actually break down each the array into pieces and assign each of the items to this list item. So whenever I call this list item here, now it's going to like give me each of the items inside this array, like item one, item two, item three. Let's do that. Okay. Now come down globally. Like, come on, what's the application? Um, um, item list. Is it item list? So this item list item. Go equals to. Then we do item dot map. Now put now after creating First of all, items of map, put a bracket, then another bracket with an arrow function. Remember first time when we get started with like introduction of our JavaScript, like remember like some of the things you are going to use on React. So we discussed like arrow functions and ternary operators and blah blah blah. So this arrow function inside there, if you remember this syntax for an arrow function. And now this arrow function is going to take like two properties. Like now it creates like item with the new item that is being written down, and it's going to have index, which is like an ID that is going ID of each item. Like now this one will have ID of one, item one, we have ID of one, item two, we have ID of three. So this index is actually incrementing it like one, two, three. If you have more than three items in your array, it's going to like be incrementing it one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, like that. So remove this guy. So now all the let's look back. We're going to return a list element, and this list element is for the UI. So we have to return. Okay, I actually did this. Let me just break it down. We want to like for so we have to like list. Okay, list element of what the item. We're passing your item here. So this item here. Okay, and battery is getting low. You guys just give me some time, but just go on. Then pass your key there. Then passing the index to it. Okay. Now this list has the item on it and it has the ID right for each of them. Okay. Now we are almost good to go, but we're not done. So let's go back to stuff like this. As muted, I was muted. I don't know if can before I get muted, where did I stop actually? I don't know if you're following. Can someone just remember me where I stopped before I muted? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, can hear you.
I got muted, but I don't know when I get muted. So I don't know. Someone can just say some where I stopped before I get muted. Okay. Okay. Oh, good. So now we actually need to like break down this stuff and close it here is where I was saying. So if I save this now, it's going to like break down everything here and render everything to the UI. Item one, item two, and item three. So let's see what it's going to do. Good. Look at the UI now. You see item 1, item 2, and item 3. Yeah. So it's actually rendering the UI item 1, item 2, and item 3 by following this step here. First of all, I actually create an array. Then I break it down using the mark function and created a JXS format for it by returning a list variable, a list element, then create a key of that list, each of the list, then passing the item. So just remember this. This is how you can be able to like render an element from an array. Same thing with an object. Same thing with an object. The same functionality with an object. Okay. With that, I think we all understand how we can be able to render list using mark function. And if you have any questions, you can just drop it there. Just unmute and speak because I can't see. Unmute and speak if you have any question. If you have any question, just unmute and speak, please. Because I'm not on the like the meet Google Meet. I'm not saying it on the system. Okay.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
I'm sorry, how do you run the JX file on the browser? I've been trying to ask.
Sorry.
How do you run the JSX file on the browser?
Your voice is breaking somehow. I can't hear you very well.
I said, how do you run the JSX file? How do you run it on the browser?
Okay. You have to initialize your application. You have to start your application. After installing your React application, you go back to that. After installing your React application, okay, by using npm create React app, you have to npm start, like npm start, okay. And when you click enter, your application is going to get started. So once you get started, you just have to go to localhost 3000. Localhost 3000. Don't look at this example. Localhost 3000 is going to show your application. It's going to load your application on the browser. So that is how it works.
All right. Thank you.
So let's continue, guys. Now, with your understanding on how this works, let's go to conditional content rendering. What does that actually mean? Actually, conditional rendering in React allows you to show or hide content based on certain conditions. There are several ways to achieve this conditional rendering in React, but one common approach is to use the ternary operator. And if you remember, I discussed ternary operator on our JSX, like introduction to JSX, JavaScript, introduction to JavaScript, remembering of your JavaScript knowledge. So ternary operator is one of the most used things in React. So you will know how to use ternary operator. You have solved a lot of problems understanding React. So let's see an example. Actually, what is conditional rendering? I've actually described it here, but in a simpler way, you can say conditional rendering is the way you can give an element like your condition, like what you want it to do. Like if you are not like this, do like this. If it's like this, do like this. So you are like the boss that's giving command. So that is how conditional works. So here's an example to use ternary operator for conditional rendering. So this is an example of using ternary operator for conditional rendering. Okay. Now, as usual, you create your function, my component, and const is logged in, prop is logged in, and div. And this div is actually like checking if the person is actually logged in or not using ternary operator. Now, if you look at this logic here, it's like if it's logged in, if the person is logged in, welcome, you are logged in. But if the person is not logged in, it should be column here. Please log in to continue. So this is actually the logic that's going on here. But let me just give you a clear example of how this will work. If I can see this, do that to comment. Okay. Now, this is how it works. Let's create another function here. This function is function. So we use another way to create a function here. Call it into condition. So you have to return. Then this is the string. Now, doing this now, let's say const is log in because for this is a boolean statement here. Okay. Now yeah, we have to check if the user is logged in to know what kind of statements we want to show to the UI. Now it's like, okay, now before we do that, let's just check if this thing is rendered to the UI. See, logged in. The function is my right now. So let's just click UI for condition. Good. So let's check the UI. So it's loading. So let's remain. So if the function we just created is working. Oh, guys, just give me like 5 minutes. So I'm gonna on my generator. My system is getting done. Now it's not is working here. So just give me like 5 minutes. I'll be back. 5 minutes, please. Thank you.
Um, Sorry, I don't know. Maybe anyone has seen the video to these tutorials we've been having lately. because I've checked the YouTube channel, there's nothing. So I don't know if anyone has seen it. So I'm just asking.
Try to check Free Code Camp YouTube channel. I think they have a full ReactJS course. It's about 11 hours. You recognize it when you see it. Free Code Camp. I think the link is on the Telegram page in case you're looking for it.
No, I mean the one for this class. This one we are having here. Like, is it
Oh,
actually, yeah, has it
I
been
think they
posted
post
on
it.
the
This particular one, they can't post it yet. Maybe after the class they will. There is also a YouTube channel for the GDSE bootcamp. So I guess they post all the videos there. So maybe you can go and check it later. But I don't know if the link is available or not yet.
Yeah, I've checked it, but it's not there. Nothing is there. Like for React or nothing is there. But I think for others it started uploading. But for React I've not seen anything.
Hello, everyone.
Uh,
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes,
yes.
please.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Okay, let me continue. So guys, so sorry for that. Now, where did I actually stop? Okay, now we're doing like ranging lists in our array. I'm sorry, conditional statements for conditional ranges. So we have. So now we have actually created a variable here called it logged in to check if the person is actually logged in. And here it's like a default false. Okay. Now to be able to make this to check if the person is logged in to change the content. If the person is logged in, say something. But if the person is not logged in, say another thing else. Now let's like do something like this. Now create your product. Now if it's logged in, if it's logged in, let's say the UI. Let me see what the UI is. Welcome, you are logged in. Welcome, you are logged in. X, uh, okay. Click login to continue. Please log in. Yeah, this to continue. Okay. Now, if you look at this very well, let's check something. Let's check the UI to that. Okay, now to look at it, please log in to continue because the person is not actually logged in. That's right. Please log in to continue. Now, to make this to be true, go into like change the condition for please welcome. You are logged in. Now, if you look at it very well, now it say welcome. You are logged in. because the conditional is true. Now, we want to actually make this dynamic using props. Now, we can make this dynamic using props by passing like I'll just make this simple for you guys. The normal way of work here. Okay. Now, here we get like active lesson login for the login. Now, our permission component here is like okay, a login equals to 2. Okay, so uh, equals to 2. Yes. So now, what it's actually doing now is checking if this statement is logged in or not. Okay. Now, I'm going to make it like dynamic in such a way like there will be a default setting, and after the default setting, if the default setting is not if it didn't pass any value to the props there, it's going to actually like give you a default. Now to do that, let's like do like this uh or like this or programming, or you can say like so. Okay. So now let's try it out by checking it out. Let's say 6 first. Yeah, let's check that. Now we'll be expecting please log in to continue because here we actually check if the person is not logged in, it's going to make sure please log in to continue. Oh, this is the one. Look, I'm making mistake here. Let me just see. Okay, yeah, it's like I actually made a mistake before there. So now, can I say this concept, please log in to continue. Okay, now let's have another component like let me make it true. Sorry, let me make an so it's going to like say that welcome, you are logging same same way. But now this is actually dynamic, passing it as first. Welcome, you are logged in. So this is the way you can be able to use prompts to check if someone is logged in using Canary or filter, and you can also do that using each statement. We'll get there, and also using that using the sound operator. Okay. What I want you guys to do now is like this is like to know if you are if you are understanding React. You can also use this using use case. You can use use case to check if person is logged in using Canary or filter. I want you guys to be able to do that. By the next class, uh, we'll talk about that. Using use case as Canary or filter to check if someone is logged in or not. Okay. Now, understanding this concept in mind, uh, Okay, now. So, if you have any questions, just drop in the comments so I can know what you guys are following. If you have any question in that, drop in the comments. Just unmute and say it, please. I can't see the comment section first. So, the next way we can achieve this is by using the if else statement. Like this, it requires to wrapping the logic in a function or a block of solid basis. Yes, it's a simple example on how we can be able to do that. To be able to do that, same functionality, but instead of us using ternary operator, we're using if statement. Okay, I would like you guys to try this yourself. I don't want to do this myself. I don't want to do the example here, but this is how you can be able to do this using if statement. So you can try this yourself right now, and if you have any issue, just drop the comments below. So I want to get a copy of the slide after today's class. Sure, you can get a copy of the slide. Now, the next section is like, next approach is using the and operator. Another approach is called conditional ranging in React. It's called, I call it the and operator because this is the symbol of and. This approach is particularly useful when you want to like conditional ranging in a single element. So if you want to actually check if person is actually logged in to be true, like for just a single element, this is how you're just going to do that. If it's logged in, true, welcome, you are logged in. Now, if you want to check if the person is not logged in, let me just show you an example of how to do this here. On and the paper, condition two. Yeah, like let's just copy this guy in. Okay. Now, let's say now what we're gonna do now is to just check if the person is return our value here and see. Initially, this started to check if the person is logged in to be true. Well, I'll see right here. If it's logged in to be true, then just say hello, hello, welcome. Now, this particular is going to show if the person is logged in. We need to see the other one done. Now, this one will be like if the person is not logged in. So to do that, you just like if the person is not logged in, say goodbye. Okay. Now, this is a key scenario to show. Let me just copy this thing to make it clear for you guys. Yeah. So now, let me see so you can see it on the screen. So there are two ways to do this now. If the person is logged in, welcome, you are logged in. But if it's not logged in, please log in to continue. So the difference between these two things here is this Is it called apostrophe? No apostrophe. I don't know what to call it again. Forgotten. But this is what is the difference between the two of them. So if the person is not logged in, you have to click login to continue. But if it's logged in, welcome you are logged in. Let's check the UI. Oh, I've not seen that. Conditional two. Hello? Okay, it's still loading. Now we're going to have now we make the condition have to be true. Let's comment this one here. So if you look at this second one here, it says welcome you are logged in. It's because the condition here is true. If logged in, it's true. That is why welcome you are logged in. But if this condition is going to be false, it's going to actually give us please log in. So the condition is false, it's going to give us please log in to continue. So there are multiple ways to use conditional statements, but you have to know when to use them, which one to use on a particular task. Sometimes you can use the standard operator for a particular task. It's advisable to just use it and operator. Sometimes it's not advisable to use and operator on a particular task. It's advisable to use the standard operator. Sometimes you don't have to use the standard operator for some other task. It's advisable to use the if and else statement. Let's see if and else statement. How does that one work? Okay, I've talked about the if and else statement. So I think you guys will be able to do that on your own. Okay. So now there's one last one that is used, but it's not that used because it's very difficult to read. Okay. And it's called switch statement. And switch statement in React is actually used for you to be able to do multiple conditional statements to check multiple conditions. Like if you have like sense of like 20 conditions to make, it enables you to check those conditions using switch. And how does this switch work? If you are familiar with JavaScript or any programming language, you know what a switch works. How switch works. Now, if you look at this code here, to switch status, which is the default command or top status. Let's say the power of status is actually true. Now, the case loading is like telling the UI to some loading state. If the case is loading, so each status is actually loading, it's going to be showing loading state. But if the status is process mode, it's going to like show you a process UI. But if an error occurs, the status is supposed to error, it's going to like return an error message. But if the status is not either loading, process, or error, let's say issue. If it have like issue, like the issue there, it's going to return null. So we enable you to pass multiple conditions to the UI. Okay. with this understanding, let me just create the example for you guys to get to understand how it gets there. Right? Now, let's say we have a variable here also called font. Uh, Sometimes it's a bit difficult to understand how this switch works very well. It's a bit difficult, but the moment you use it almost every time, you understand how it works. Now, let's like check it out. I wish I can really tell you this. Constitute is constitute constitute equals the okay. Let's change it to statement. So now we're gonna like create this thing to the statement. Okay. Alright. Oh, oh, alright.
Sorry, what just happened? As the class ended,
Hello.
what happened to the this as this class ended? Oh,
Hello, I'm wondering. The network issue. Oh, the class has ended.
but my own is that they've not dropped the attendance list on the so, like attendance link. So we can't send attendance. Sorry, guys, please, from my observation, I'm thinking maybe all these things is teaching was meant to have been like before the last class. Because to me, it's more like he's explaining what we've done in the last class to me. So I don't understand. Maybe, but only the one of the case of the conditional, even the conditional stuff too, they were similar to what we did in last class. But this case of using of switch and all that, I think that's the only difference I've seen so far. So I don't know your observation as well. But to me, that's what.
Maybe he probably want to revise what we did in the previous class before like doing what we are supposed to do for today.
Okay.
Can
Sorry,
you guys hear me?
Chico just
Sorry, I was having a bad network. Okay. So, I can't say anything about the how the switch works. So I was like creating the switch UI. So this was actually what I was doing before we moved to short time. So I have a function called switch, and I'm passing a course called switch. So the switches can be either the loading process or so let me switch to text or what like the statement passing from the code. Now to do that, let's do yeah. Now we have to call our switch function. Now to do that, let's go down here. Now it's going like switch this passing switch there, then passing here. Okay. And after doing that, you have to pass in a space. Like uh what are you expecting? Is loading is it the UI the course you're passing, is it loading? The course you are passing this person so now like you're gonna take like space there and space. Now check it's loading. Now next thing you need to do is to check to return your UI. Sorry, I'm gonna do return your UI which I was exactly taking it. Okay. Now the next one is to check the process. So into this next is uh, what is doing this next one. So what is check process? then we return the value. I return value I already didn't have to separate. And next one is state error and check it coming error. Okay. Now there's one more thing you need to do is to check your default and see enable to like if the UI if the person is passing is not loading either success or just return your so after your site and default. Okay. And some more. So with this in mind, let's check it out. Now let's move it player but again inside that site. Let's say well and process let's fix looking here again. So we start loading. Loading. Now this is exactly a way you can be able to do that using script statements to check multiple content points on your UI. But it's not mostly used by the other developers. Just as
Sorry, excuse me.
yeah,
Chico, sorry, please, it's not that we are not understanding, like, we are trying to get, but your voice is, like, it is not even audible enough for us to understand, so, I don't know, maybe you can work on, maybe the audio, like, because it's really, really disturbing. I'm just forcing myself to just grab some parts, and I'm not understanding, so, I don't know, maybe you can work on your audio, so that it can be audible enough.
the benefit of that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What about now?
It's better now. It's better now.
Better, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay, about that. So now what do I can expect here? Okay, this is where I actually stop here. So I was like saying an example of like if the status is loading, it's going to actually return a loading UI because you actually pass a prop called status loading. But what about if I pass the status to the process, the prop to the process? It's going to pick out something. Let me show you an example of the first SUSS, correctly. So if I save this now, it's going to change this loading UI, this loading you are seeing here to process because I actually changed this prop here quickly to process. So if I pass in error also, it's going to change this to the error because I actually set the condition that if you see an error dot or an error condition, return error to the UI. So this is a way you can do multiple conditions. So to do multiple conditions is a bit difficult using switch statements, but having knowledge on it is still okay. You can use if statements, you can use binary operator, and you can use the AND operator. These are the four ways you can use conditional statements in React and JavaScript also. So having knowledge on those four ways to use conditional, uh, having those four knowledge on conditional statements will enable you to be able to do those nice UI dynamic UI. That's my slide. So I hope everyone is hearing. I hope everyone can hear me very well now. So now, go to the next slide. Okay. Now we go to the main core of the React, like one of the main interesting things of React. Like React is to dynamically style to style like enable to do dynamically styling or change content or change styling dynamically or if you want to change content dynamically, you can be able to like use React to do that easily. You can do that with JavaScript, but it's a bit buggy. But with React, it's very easy to do that. So dynamic styling and content are a key feature of React that allows you to update the appearance and behavior of a component based on user interaction, data changes, or other events. So with dynamic styling and content, you can able to dynamically change content and appearance and behavior of the website. Let's see an example of what that means actually. Here's an example of dynamic styling and using inline style. So if you look at normal way of your React component-based system, in first React, you create from React, then you have a function or component. Now, we have a state here which supports highlighted and set highlighted. It's the use state to default. Now, we have an object size here that will pass background color, and font size. But there's something here that is a bit different from the way we used to style here. If you look at this place very well, you actually do a canary condition statement here to check to know if it's lighted to the true. Now what's shown here is the background color. It's checking if unlighted is true actually. If it's true, it's going to like show you a yellow background color. But if it's not true, it's going to show a white background color. Okay. Now same thing here that's in here. If it's unlighted is true, it's going to show a color of black. But if it's not true, it's going to show a color of blue. The same thing with the font size. Okay. If the font size is highlighted, it's going to show 24 pixels, 24 pixels. Okay. Now the way the thing works here, I actually do a nmouse intern nmouse lead. It's it's a quick event or an event listener in JavaScript, or you can say an event listener in React also here. So we're going to do this example. We're going to try it out to see how it works. And before we try it out, let's see the next part of it. So We have ways to use this, different ways to do that. We can use this using props. We can use this use analysis using use case. And this is an example of using props here. We have a function here called greeting. Now, this greeting is actually to check if someone is in the morning section. We tell the person good morning. But if the person is in evening, say good evening. So now we're using props to do that. Now, if you look at this example here, it's passing a sense of first greeting with the prop. And now we create a variable and we structure the prop giving a name and its meaning equals to prop. And if you remember our first, one of our first class in JavaScript before, we talked about destruction. And this is this is what I don't want to call it. So it's actually breaking down your object into smaller pieces to be able to use them very well. Now, what's going on in this next line is that it's checking if the person is actually in the morning. If the person is in the morning, it's going to say good morning. But if the person is in the evening, if the person is in the morning, it's going to say good evening. Just a simple logic. Now, if you look at this very well, passing the distance here and remain here. But we haven't used this component very well. We haven't passing any cross-page. If the passing cross-page, we're going to use it here. To use the component in another component, you can simply pass in the required cross-page. Now, what's going on here is that you're actually passing the cross-page, you're passing distance. This is what the user component created within. And now passing the name of the person, name or Alice, and it's morning, it's true. So it's going to like this Alice, good morning, Alice. And now Bob, it's not in the morning, it's false. It's going to say Bob, good evening, Bob, because Bob is not in the morning. Because remember the conditional statement here is checking if the person is in the morning. Give the person good morning. But if the person is in the evening, it's not in the morning, tell the person good evening. So that is the condition that is the condition that is shown up there. So now let's check some examples there. So I'll go straight to my UI and let me do this question here. And so do the paper one. We have like how many minutes remaining right now? It's 5 minutes. And let's go back to the now, what I want you guys to do, I'm not going to do that, but I want you guys to do. So I would like you guys to do this particular one. Type it on your system, type it on your phone. If you're using phone, you're using system, type it on your system and try it out. Okay? This is exactly what I'm going to type there. There's no difference. So I want you guys to do this yourself. To know if you guys can understand what I'll be doing about things. And if you have any issue, post on the group chat. I'll be able to answer your question. I will try to explain more about it in the group chat. Okay? Let me do this simple one. You know, when you're in class normally, when you're in school normally, lecturer they actually do simple example. But they give students assignment and add assignment. So let me do the simple example for you guys here. To see how it works very well. Now, I'm going to create a variable called dating. Those are a function, a function for dating. So the next thing to do now is to check if the person is in money by giving another the cost from written. Now, we are good to go. Now, I want to actually render everything to the UI. For us to do that, we remember our return statement here. So we have to return. I will return that. Um, what I want to say, let's say before I think on it. Now, this is our function called this thing. And what's going on, well, I've explained it for you, like instruction is first, getting the name and the boolean if it's money. So now let's call the component here. So now we are passed on the first to the business. Now we pass the name to the Bob and we pass the name to the show. Let's see what's going to display on the UI. Awesome. Now we can like see good morning, Bob. So because Bob is in the morning, that is why it's saying good morning, Bob. But what about if Bob is in the evening time or it's not in the morning? That's it. Bob is in the afternoon. You just have to pass in a software. When I say this, I'm going to take Bob, good evening, Bob, because Bob is not in the morning. So it's going to take Bob to good evening. Okay. So this is a way to do this using React, how you can be able to dynamically change something from styling from React. Now, with this in mind, I know you'll be able to do the example I gave to you to try it out on your own time, and let's just see you guys like solution on that. Now, with that in mind, let's go to the next part of it, and like, okay, this is what we discussed, and yeah, done for today, guys. So I don't know if you have any questions on what you have discussed. In summarization, like in summing of everything we have discussed today, I'll just summarize everything because I know some of you guys were not able to hear me initially when I started this call. I'll go back to the beginning. Let's go back to the beginning of it. So in summary of what we discussed today, it's all about how we can be able to render lists and React and show different ways to do that. And one of the most common ways to do that is to actually use the map function. And what the map function is actually doing is actually taking down the array into pieces to get each of the values or items inside the array and render into the UI. Like this is what's going on here. So this is an example of how you can be able to do that. So you can try to do. I'm going to show this slide on the good chat for you guys. And this is actually a very good example and explanation of how the map stuff works. Now, this is a variable called list item that actually based on a array called item, little pieces. And it's part taking a property called item and index. And this item is actually like the item that is inside the array, each of the items inside the array. And this index is just like an ID for each of the items inside the array. Now, if you want to do that, it's just to render it to the UI, you just have to return the list or return the view. And you have to pass in this key. This key is important, very, very important, because we have to understand the UI, each of them have this particular element. And what's going on here is like key is equal to 1, key is equal to 2. So each of the elements have an ID, it's just like that. Dimension that I want, dimension that just like I want to blah blah blah, blah blah. I want to discuss on condition and how we can be able to do condition statements in React. On first the kernel operator, how can we be able to use kernel operator to do conditional statements in React? We use an example of let's do to be able to like check if someone is less than minute using kernel operator. And I also show you guys how you guys can be able to use props to do that, like dynamically with props and pass your elements and props, passing of props data and what to check it so the person is working on it. I also discussed about the if and else. And I tell you guys to try this if and else statement on your system by yourself because there's no difference between if and else statement and scenario operator. The only difference is that scenario operator is used in the using question mark and also colon. So each statement is using a block statement, using an if, then block, then else, and block. So you can try it out and I'd like to see you guys uh, examples or the solution. Now, we have to discuss about the and operator, one of the most used stuff in React also. We actually to check a single item, like a single line. So just to check if it is true. If it's true, just give me the UI. You don't need to check if it's true and false. Just to check a single element or a single type. The condition is just checking once. You understand? Just checking once and give the UI the value. So what's doing here is like it's checking the if the person is logged in, then what time you are logged in. So there's no actually else statement if it's not logged in. But to check if it's not logged in, you can actually put the let me put an example where it's not logged in. You just have to put let's say in the example here. Now if you look at it here, if it's not logged in, you just have to put explanation mark here. It's not logged in, and just going to be quick login to continue. Okay. So that is going to use summary operator, and operator, sorry. So the switch statement helps you to actually pass in multiple conditions to the UI. So if you are doing multiple conditions, like you check a status, like for example, the status is loading, so the loading UI, the status is success, so the success UI, so if you have an error, show an error UI. So that is how it works. Now we talk about dynamic styling and content. It enables you to dynamically style a UI or change the content on the UI by the user's interaction. So this is a clear example of how it works. So it is an example of a way to actually change the UI dynamically using the style. And it's giving you space to do that. And I think you guys will be able to like have it in the system and you guys can make a solution. Yeah, it's very well. And this is actually another example of using using dynamic content using force. The first one was using space and to check if someone is in the morning section, then some person good morning. If the person is in the evening, some person good evening. And this is how we can be able to render into the UI, passing the component, yeah, and then passing the name of the person and to check if the person is in the morning. If the person is in the morning, it's going to like passing a step up to, but if it's from the morning, passing a step up. So it's going to dynamically just check if the person is in the morning and it's going to give the person good morning for the person's name. Thinking the person is not in the morning, it's going to pass in the person's name and it's going to give the person good evening for the person's name dynamically. So that is like a summary of what we discussed today and discussing today. So I will accept any questions from the group class. If you have any questions, I know and just respond. I'm so sorry for the talk, the missing clearly. Any questions? Mr. Presentation. Okay, okay. Okay, please, you can drop your question in the Telegram group also. If you have any question there. So everyone is good, right? But not in any question, yeah. So this like everyone understand what I'm discussing. Let me put on the phone what I'm discussing about. Okay. Okay guys, there is no question in mind. If you have any question regarding your time, you can just go from Telegram group and I'll be able to answer your questions there and put back on the group. And also, I'm going to share the slides with you that so that you can also get the slides and Um, okay, sorry, Mohammed. I wanted to like install a new React application, then my system was broken down. So I have the project that was already running on the system. So I just decided to use the project. And that project is a TypeScript project. So okay, sorry, I lost my message just now. So I was saying that I was using my system was broken down. Yes, I was unable to like install a new React application. Now like use the project that was already running on my system. So and the project was TypeScript. So I just have to create a new file for JavaScript. So don't look at CSX. That doesn't concern here. So the CSX part. So that's it. So what can you for today, guys? Tomorrow, I hope tomorrow is going to be very well today. It's not going to be noisy like today. I see you're waiting for any questions. Do you have any questions? If you have any questions, I think you can ask a question. Yeah, you can just go ahead. So if you we are done for today, guys. So I'm really to end the